So now we're going to chat about leash work. So leash work can start inside the concepts of what we're working on. Basically, we want her to be able, I'm going to ignore this, she just came out of her crate, she's excited. We want her a couple of things to be able to go to a spot and be able to put the leash on her. I'm just using a slip lead for now. In the future, you may use something else, but right now we're just teaching her the concept of when she hits the end of that leash, that it makes more sense to come back and pay attention to us than it does to keep pulling. So we'll walk through that and getting the leash, putting the leash on while she's on the bed, taking it off when she's on the bed. And then the last thing we want is for her to be reinforced when she's in heel position. So this is the zone that she's going to be reinforced for is when she gets her treat. It's going to come from our pocket, and it's going to go straight down her face. So she's getting rewarded in the spot that we want her in. So getting used to the leash pressure means come back to us. Heel position is a great place to be, and then the bed is where we put the leash on and take it off. So I basically, since the world is more exciting than your living room, I've been using treats on walks so that we can make sure we get her engaged with something high value in the beginning. You can start your walk by giving her high value treats and doing a lot of reinforcement when you first start. And then as the walk goes on and she settles into the walk, you're just going to give her a reminder treat every now and then when she checks in with you, when she's in that spot beside you. So maybe 10 to 15 treats that I have broken up into even smaller pieces, and I just stick them in my pocket. I'm going to put them in my left pocket because I want to be able to reinforce her right down in the position where I want her to be. Put those in my pocket. I'm going to put maybe a few stray ones in my right pocket just in case I need to grab from that side. A couple more on that side. So we're going to take the leash. We want it to be positioned so that when we put her head in it, she's walking on the left side, is that it comes around and over the top so that when it pulls, it will release also. Reese, come. So we're going to send her to the bed so that she's not biting at the leash or biting at our hand. You can have a food treat in your mouth, in your hand, so that when we're going to get her mouth to come straight through the hole, put it over her head so we don't get into any arguments with biting the leash or trying to run off, or getting bored because you're not doing something fast enough. Good girl. All done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just move around, and when she hits the end of that leash, I don't know if she's going to do it in here. Maybe not. We might have to go outside for this. Essentially when she hits the end of the leash or looks like, yes, and we want to bring her in and treat her right there in that reinforcement zone, that zone right there. Yes. So she turns around and looks at us. We're going to bring her back into that spot. Leash. She's not going to do it here. There's not enough distractions for her to take her away. So this is good. She's learning that when the leash is on, she needs to pay attention to me, go where I go. She gets the leash on and off on the bed. Once we're done on the bed, we're going to go to the door. We're going to be able to open this door, and she needs to stay put. So this is another thing we're reinforcing for, is her staying put when the door opens. Good girl. So any trigger that gets her to move before her release word, we're going to work through that and reward her. Reward her for doing it correctly. Then when we're ready, we're going to release her out. Nope. She jumped the gun. We start over. So we're going to be as consistent as we need to be, as how many times we do this. Really want to make sure she's waiting. Now that we're out here on the leash, if she starts to wander off, yes, and we give her that treat in that spot. She's learning not to hit the end of the leash, so she's not really doing it. Good girl. So we're just gonna go ahead and start. So if you've got her attention and she's not pulling on the end of that leash, she's not zoned you out, then you don't need to do that exercise of getting her to come back to you. It's yes. As soon as she's checking in with you, you're bringing her back and put her back in heel position. Then we're gonna walk the circles, you know, the circles. And when she's in that position, yes, she's gonna get a treat there. Good girl. Then when you stop, Reese, she sees something over there. Okay, sit. Nope. Okay. Yeah. That's good. There's something blowing in the wind. I'm gonna ignore that. Come on. Good girl. Come on, Reese. Come on, Reese. Good girl. Good. So every now and then when she's walking in that right spot, we're gonna reach down, give her a treat right there. Teaches her we want her to be in that spot. I don't know what she's barking at. Come on. Look at her. So you're just gonna walk in circles, get her used to being in that heel position. I'm gonna ignore that. Come on. Good. Okay. There's literally nothing over there. Come on. Alright, so we're gonna go check that out. We'll be right back. And we're back. Good girl. That's good. Come on. So if she gets distracted by something, you're just gonna keep working. So circles, stop, and sit. Yes. Sometimes you reward, sometimes you don't. Heel. When she's good with circles, we want to make sure she's still connecting when you turn the other way. Reese. Yes. Reward by your side. Good job. Good job. So she gets distracted easily. So if she gets distracted, we're gonna do some more turns. We're gonna throw in a sit. We're gonna get her attention by saying her name. The key with Reese is keeping her engaged with you in the quote game that we're doing, which is Reese, yes. It's staying with me right here by my side. Doesn't matter if there's things to pick up. Doesn't matter if there's scary things over there. That's not the job right now. That's not the game. Good girl, Reese. Sit. Yes, good girl. And heel. Turn this way. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. Yeah. So when she starts to disengage, getting her back as soon as she turns back and comes to you. We're gonna reward that. Reese, yes. Hey, 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 hey. Come on. Reese, come. Good girl. Sit. All right. So once we move on, work on moving and keep her here and heel, then we can work on sit stays. That's going to keep her engaged longer, keep her still. So around distractions, you can do a stop sit. She's so bug. Reese, come. Yes, good girl. Hey, sit. Good girl. That's ADD. Yeah. The world is very exciting to Reese Cup. So we're gonna do a stay. So we're gonna pivot in front. She stays put. We move around a little bit. We come back. We're gonna reward her right here from her pocket. Reese. So she's got to learn that she can look at things but not always act on everything. So this is a good exercise just to do a sit stay around things that are exciting so that she learns, good girl, to stay still while she's looking at things instead of looking and acting. She can look, she can be engaged with things, but we don't want to lose her. So we do things that are engaging while she's excited. Then once she's calmed down, we can do more stationary things, keeping her in one spot while things are going on around her so that she starts to learn more impulse control. Good girl. So we want her to be successful for quite a while. So we're gonna give her treats. Good girl. As she's sitting there, she's looking, she's smelling. That's good, that's fine. We're not gonna tell her she can't pay attention to things, but we need to make sure she doesn't get too far into it and lose us. Phew. So for now, we're gonna walk. We're not gonna go big long walks where she's gonna be distracted 90% of the time and not listening. We're gonna walk in the driveway. You're gonna walk in the backyard. Reese Cup, sit, good. You're gonna walk just a block down. Just start small and get bigger as she's paying attention to you. If she's paying attention to you, walk farther. If you lose her, do some engaging things with her. Have her sit, stay, do some activities and get her back with you, and then try again. If you're still losing her, that's too hard and you need to go back. So we want to build, we want to build her ability to pay attention without losing her completely. Hey, Reese, yes. If you call her name and she zones you out completely, the distractions are too hard. So we're gonna build on something small and get harder and harder. And then we're gonna go back in. All done. Up, up. Sit. Easy. So we want her to stay put on this bed until she hears her release word.